Hi, and welcome to Artworks Fine Art Studio online tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to draw a fish. And all you're going to need for this project is a pencil, eraser, and piece of paper. Let's get started. Before you start drawing, it's very important to warm up your muscles. It's like a sport. You need to warm up. So what you want to do is just start by drawing some simple shapes. Squares, ovals, triangles, rectangles. One tip I have is sometimes I'll use a scrap piece of paper and lay it over the paper so I don't get pencil on my hand. It's not necessary, but sometimes it helps. I'm going to continue warming up, just some circles, more ovals. Go ahead and fill the frame. When you're ready to start, then just put this away and ready to begin. Let's get started with the fish. Remember, when drawing, it's important to work big to small. In step drawings, your first shape should always be the biggest shape. Let's start with this oval. The oval, you want to make sure you have it a size that's not too small for your picture, but also not too big, because you want to be able to fit in all the fins and all the rest of the details. So once I start with that oval, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just get something you like. I'm going to move on to the top fin. Then we get to move on to the second step. We have the nose and the bottom fins. Now remember, this is a guide. You do not have to follow it exactly. If you want to do different fins, have some creativity to it, feel free. Now I'm going to move on to the bottom fin, the bigger of the bottom fins, and the final fin. Again, it does not have to be exactly like this picture. Have some fun. Finally, I'm going to move on to this step. Now you notice in this second step there's dotted lines. That means that you're going to erase those lines. So what I'm going to do is erase that line. Now we have one full image of the fish. From here, I can add the fin or the face. I'm going to start with the fin because it is the bigger of the two features. Then I'm going to move on to the eye and the mouth. I also notice how this kind of has a little detail and comes into the body. I'm going to add that. Again, you can, or you can just leave it if you want to. I'll finish off that eye. And finally, in the final step, we have all the texture. We have the scales. Now I'm adding a little bit more of a curve to my scale than I see here. You could do a pattern or do it just straight up and down like you see here. Whatever you like. Finally, I'm going to add the lines into my fins. And I am just about complete. Don't forget, you can add all sorts of fun things into your background. Say you want some seaweed. I could add some fun pieces of seaweed in here. What about bubbles? Different size bubbles. Have fun with it. And if you want to, go ahead and color it in using crayons, markers, or colored pencils. Thanks for working with me today.